We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nintendo Talk Live. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the People's Champion of Podcasting, Mr. Badbit himself, Joseph Moran. How you doing, buddy?
Wait no longer. Greatness has arrived. I'm happy to be here, Bobby. Short notice, but I'm happy. I hope my mic is okay, because I want to just let everybody know.
You sound fine. You sound fine.
Okay,
This was absolute last minute. There was confusion. Just so people know, Joey misunderstood. He thought we were starting at 7:30. I just went back and checked the Twitter conversation. I did say 7. So it kind of just mixed up. But then I reached out to Badbit and he stopped doing everything he was doing to get in. So I don't know. I'm at a loss. I don't know what the right thing to do is.
Yeah.
So we're just moving forward.
There you go.
How you doing, man? Thank you for popping in like this.
Hey, man. Yeah, no, I'm doing, you know what, Bobby? I'm doing pretty good. I just came off a win from Apex with Mr. Luke Lore. The insipid, literally, we're about to clutch it. And we did. And it was beautiful. What's that?
That's what you guys always do. Just win.
I mean, it's something that I'm used to at this point. But yeah, man, like I've been doing real good. It's been a good couple of days. I can't complain.
Wow, holy cow. Am I really? Is my okay? There we go. That's why. I'm like, why is my YouTube in 144p? Now it's now we're looking good. Now we're looking fresh. Good. I was like, man, Joseph's camera got really bad. And I was like, wait a minute, so did mine. What's going on over there?
Yeah. So just to let everybody know, I'm not in my set. So I was playing Apex in my underwear as per usual. Yeah, and so my set is literally a mile and a half away from my house. So I'm literally working off my old Blue Yeti and my Mac camera. So it's bad.
Microphone, you sound fine. Camera, you know, I mean, actually, it's an improvement. The fuzziness actually makes you look better.
Yeah, so you know what? It hides all my imperfections. So yeah.
You know what the funny thing is you looking at me, you see the Mac camera on your side, but the people see the glorious cam on that one. So, all right. So look, let's kind of get into this. So first off, I do want to apologize to Joey. I will get him back. I'll work that out. Hopefully, he pops in here at some point. And I'll just let him know on the other side. You know,
I'm still looking for my apology, Bobby.
For what? For what?
Put this Metroid guy in here, Dark Samus.
Yeah, because you're a tool bag.
Actually,
this was the setup for Joey. And when you said you were going to come on, I real quick wiped his name out, put your name in. I was like, we're good to go. Let's go. You know.
Well, you know what? Next time, it better be Inklings, Bobby, or else I'm going to flip.
Well, here's what's funny. So the week that you came on PNP, you know, because, dude, I was struggling to get the overlay done. I'm like, we're late to the air because I'm struggling to get the overlay proper. Mm-hmm. And then literally within 2 seconds, done. And that's the way it should have been the week that I did it with for PNP. I just couldn't get it done.
No, dude, your set looks fantastic. And just like for everybody out there, the work Bobby puts in particular is freaking insane. The production value that goes into this, like, it looks easy. And that's how you know Bobby's doing a good job.
It does. It looks easy, looks simple. The funny thing is like, I've been, you know, when I look at how Nintendo Talk Live has changed overlay-wise.
Yeah.
Over, like, even everything all across the board. the way it's changed from when I first started is drastic night and day. It used to be very plain Jane, black and gray, felt like the old NES controller.
Yeah.
Just some stuff. Then I started popping like a character in the middle, and then one day I was like, let me just try this. And then it was a gray with just a character, a blown up character. And then I was like, then recently I was like, I forget who it was. I think it was Miss Click. I put a background in, like, of Breath of the Wild, and I was like, oh my god, that's gorgeous. And I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing from now on. So now I've changed it again. And that's the thing, I constantly am changing the way this thing is laid out. But it also pushes where I try to change the other podcasts. Like, I've changed If We Ran Nintendo. I've changed Nintendo PlayStation. I've tried to change, you know, that monstrosity that Pat does, but you know he's.
Let me tell you something. Let dude host. That's what I've always been champion.
Listen. You get out of the chat first off, okay? Because that's you're playing to the people, and I don't appreciate that. I know exactly what you're doing. You're kissing up the Rybo. Just stop.
Well, Rybo rigged my. I should have a problem with Rybo because he's rigging my giveaways, and I don't appreciate it.
I know exactly what happened over there.
We did a giveaway on the Trophy Room. It's a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players each and every Thursday, and I tried to do a beautiful, nice giveaway, and then Rybo wins like third time's the charm because I let my brother go on Twitter because it was very simple, so just like retweet, and so many people did it. I asked my brother because I was real busy, get the names, and so he doesn't know who Luke Lore is. He doesn't know who Sean Capri is. Right, they're our enemy over there at the Xbox Drive. They're awful people, awful human beings, Bobby. You know for certain.
I know.
And then, like, you know, obviously they can't win, or else that's Russian collusion. And so I.
Oh, come on, there's no collusion. Would you stop? Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
It might be because all of a sudden I pick random. You know, I just copy and paste on the little random RNG thing.
Serious right now. Serious time right now.
Yeah.
Are you Donald J. Trump?
I can't confirm or deny.
No. I'm serious.
Yes.
That was you?
Yes, that was me. Man, I thought I could get away with this lie.
Dude, the other day, I knew it was you. I could tell, and I'm like, only one person would do this.
Wait. Someone was Donald J.
What? So it wasn't you.
No.
The other night I'm playing Mario Kart, and some dude shows up named Donald J. Trump. He's talking to us just like Trump, and he's like, I just learned how to play this like 10 minutes ago. Baron taught me how to play this game, and I'm already way better than everybody here. And I'm like, oh my god, I thought it was you, dude. I thought it was you. Yeah.
No, that's way too clever for me.
It was amazing, dude. Then next thing you know, he just shows up like a character named Trump shows up in the tournament, and he starts racing with us.
Was he talking like this? Like, was he even doing that?
Well, I could feel it. You know what I mean? I could feel it. I could sense it was being done that way.
Yeah. Oh my god, no. Yeah, Joe, I wish, but I wouldn't hurt my Nintendo Switch like that. You know.
So Joe, how do you like my red hat, man?
That's the LA Angels, right? Anaheim Angels.
Anaheim. Well, you know, I think they're Los Angeles Angels now.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a nice hat. I'm not into baseball that much anymore.
I just went and got a red hat today. I was going out, right, and I figured let me get the best red hat I could get.
Okay.
So I got the Angels hat. It just worked for me.
Honestly, I feel like Trump has ruined red hats for everyone. Every time I see a red hat, I'm like, Trump supporter? And that's a bold move. And I'm just like, all right. I've only seen like one or two of those Make America Great Again hats, and it's always in like super ironic places. Like I saw one guy wear it in a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's not.
You know,
like, why aren't you at a barbecue?
I feel like well, okay. The truth is that I just wanted a red hat because everything's red. Yeah, I've been doing. It matches the microphone. It matches. You know what I mean? Like I got a couple of red shirts on the way in. You know, like it's so I'm just it's just whatever. I'm trying to match, coordinate. But what happened was I actually went to the mall today, and I was gonna buy a St. Louis Cardinals hat just because Carrie is from St. Louis and she's always harping on me about the Cardinals. They didn't have any that like they had the old school hats. I mean, I'm sorry, they had the new hats, the new fitted, where the brims are straight, right? And you know, the brim.
You got this, Bobby.
No, I'm sorry, I got to tweet. But the brims are straight, and it's like real shallow. I don't like it. I don't like the new fitted hats. I don't know how kids wear these things. I like the bills that they kind of fold and bend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's old school, man. It's old school. So,
I got you.
but anyway, so the point is that like, so they had, that's the only hats they had. So I was like, I'm getting this one. I'm just gonna get this one because also Mike Trout plays on the Angels.
Okay.
Fun fact.
I'm gonna nod my head and like act like I know who that is.
So I live in Vineland, right? Mike Trout is from Millville, which is the next town over, and he's like,
and he's part man, part fish, like part
dude,
trout.
he's no joke, dude. This is probably he just signed the biggest contract in baseball, $430 million for 13 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. But when I tell you this is probably one of the nicest guys in the world. There was a kid, right? There was a kid from Millville who they reached out to Mike's mom and they were like, "Hey, our son, Mike is our son's favorite player, but he hasn't been able to see since he was a kid, since he was born. Like he started to lose his vision immediately. He was born, started losing his vision.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike, they find out that there's a surgeon that'll do this new drastic surgery,
right?
That could bring his sight back. They meet with the doctor over Skype and all that stuff, and they're like, yeah, but they couldn't afford to go. Mike pays for the flight out, pays for the surgery, takes care of everything. Then when the kid is recovered, he brings him to the field to meet him and hang out with the team and all that stuff. The kid, so the first thing the kid sees, besides his mom, is Angel Stadium, his favorite player of all time. Like, it was so... Did you watch this? I gotta say this clip afterward. Yeah. I'll show you the interview and all. Dude, I'm crying like a little baby when I watched it. It was so nice, dude.
See, that's awesome. Like, that's why I like players like Steve Curry and LeBron. Not because, like, I don't care if they shoot
Curry.
I don't know.
Steph Curry?
There you go.
Oh, my God.
Because, like, these guys are literally... This is how much I know about sports. But they do so much, like, you know, awesome stuff for their communities. Like, it's just, like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so freaking awesome, you know? But with that, this is supposed to be like a Nintendo.
I know, but we're just kind of, you know, we're a little out of sorts. Let's jump into this.
Okay.
So this week, right?
Yeah.
Sony announces they're going to rip off Nintendo again, and they're going to. We're not going to talk about that.
No, let's do it. This is great. But you got the Sony money here.
Okay, I know, but we'll jump into one. I want to go one place first. Something else happened beforehand. Look at there's Joey now. How dare you replace me, Bobby? Listen, how dare you take another Joe? How dare you take a shower before we're going to record? Like,
dare you get clean?
Exactly. How dare you get clean? What's going on? So, Stadia gets announced this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I want to kind of get your... Sean and I talked about it kind of at lengths a little bit, and you guys can hear that tomorrow on If We Were Nintendo when that airs. Available on iTunes and all major podcast networks around the globe, as well as over on the YouTubes. So check it out tomorrow. But anyway, what's your when all this gets announced, when Google goes hog wild and starts announcing, you know, we're going to basically, you can hook up to anything, any device, you can bring your controller. So basically, here's the way it could work. I have a Switch controller there. I can just log into Stadia and start playing right now. In theory, that's the way it works. What's your thoughts?
I thought initially it was I mean, it still is impressive technology on just the fact that they're able to do this, whether it works smoothly or has a little hiccups. It's just the fact that they're doing this, and it's Google, and they're almost $1 trillion company. That's big, because you know that they want to get into this industry. But the more I hear about it, to be honest, I have more questions than answers, and I'm kind of uneasy on it. Like, 25 megabits up is the speed you need to hit. I think it was like 1080 or 4K. No, 1080, and then 30 to hit 4K. I'm not a speed guy, and so I was just like, okay, yeah.
Well, Netflix is less. Netflix is
Netflix
25.
is like 7.
No,
Or-
Netflix is 25 to hit 4K.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So this takes a lot more bandwidth to use. And again, I'm not a network guy, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you, who's who. But like from what I've heard, I have no problem hitting it because I'm in the suburbs. But like my co-host Kyle does not get that number.
Yeah.
And those are on paper and it's not real world. So to me, it's like, okay, 25 on a good day. But what happens when let's just say it's peak hours and a lot of people are using this, right? It's like Time Warner or Comcast,
Yeah.
when they're just like, hey, you know what? We have data caps.
Yeah.
What happens to that?
Yeah.
That's the issue I see with the streaming future, is just that, yeah, there's a third party that Google is ignoring to talk about because it hurts their vision. And that's how are you going to deal with companies like Time Warner?
Yeah.
Also, how are you making money off this? It's really important because I want to know if you're not shafting me as a consumer.
Well, I think they're going to do a
You know?
service. I think it's going to be a service-based thing. You're going to
And that's the thing that kind of that's the thing that kind of scares me a little bit.
What scares me is if I have to pay for the service and then buy the games on top. What am I? Well, but I guess that makes sense too, because like you'd buy a console typically. You know what I mean? You are basically buying a console. You're renting the console. You're renting
the service to play these games. Yeah. But like for me, it's not even just that. It's okay, so I have this service. How is Ubisoft going to push that? Means if they're not selling a $60 box, right, a $60 game, that means they're going to try to get money out of you somewhere else. And that just makes me feel like there's going to be more microtransactions. And what are those things going to look like? What are those little add-on purchases that they're going to force on customers? That's the thing where I get a little unweary about. But honestly, I walked out going, I thought everybody had to fight Google. I actually think Google has the fight. I actually think they're fighting up the hill on this one, because I think all the stuff Microsoft's been doing with the Xbox brand, fixing it, even the letter to Phil going like, we're going to go big at E3, just you wait. Like that gave me hope. Sony's staying quiet, which I don't blame them. And then like you have Nintendo where it is selling like hotcakes. You have PlayStation, that is the top selling system of all time. Not all time, sorry, of this generation. So like Google's coming in, they have no culture behind them, right? They're just like, here, we put the Konami code on the controller, aren't we hip? Like one of the first things the guy says is, I'm not a gamer. I'm like, okay, well that's great. Like all these people, like you got Xbox, you got Phil Spencer, you got Shuhei at Sony, you got Miyamoto at Nintendo. Like all these people have this culture behind them. Nothing beats a Nintendo game. Me and Luke were just talking about it. There's no better experience than a first-party Nintendo game. Sony, you have these awesome single-player experiences, and Xbox is doing something unique with their services. So like they each have over 10 plus years in the game industry. Google, you have a couple of months. So
well, the thing too is where I feel like we have problems is in the United States with net neutrality. Like if Comcast decides we're just gonna dial you down, what happens? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because that was part of why they created the net neutrality, was because Comcast was throttling Netflix and all that stuff. They're letting Hulu run rampant, but they're throttling Netflix, and it's like we're in one of these situations where it could happen again, where
well, there's such a no man's land around net neutrality right now. It's insane. So like the future is hazy, and the only way Google solves that is by literally pouring not millions, billions of dollars into their own ISP service with Google Fiber. And then start challenging.
Yeah, but that stopped. They started doing it, and then boom, it just stopped.
Exactly. And that's why because it's so hard when you have like all these counties, municipalities that are in the pockets of all these major, ISPs. Like that's one of the big problems right now, is that a lot of stakeholders, of course, they're in the pockets of these bigger entities, and it makes it so hard for any type of company to try to break ground, even if it's Google.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing is like Google, you're gonna have to step your fiber game up.
Yeah.
You're gonna actually start having a fight just to get games.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I said to Sean that I felt was, I feel like in the gaming sphere right now, right, with Google coming in, Nintendo's in perfect shape. They're in the best position right now.
Okay.
Because the Switch is kind of like, they're not in it. They're not in the arms race. Where Xbox and PlayStation are continually in this arms race to be the biggest, the most powerful, all that stuff, and to stay up to snuff and to stay up to par. Now, what made me laugh was, here's Google saying, hey, we're whatever, 10 teraflops or whatever. And we're better than this. We're better. Guys, let's calm down, because the other guys haven't even announced what they're doing yet. Like when Xbox announces whatever their next console is, and whenever PlayStation announces what PlayStation 5 is, then throw them numbers up. But what you could have done is you could have played your cards a little bit too early and pissed off the two guys, where now they turn around and go like, no, here we go. And then they drop it and go with it. I think it's interesting.
Their pitch, I think, was off, because they're like, here's what we're at. And what they should have said is, here's the power that we're starting with.
Yeah.
Here's what you're going to get at launch, and it will only get better from here. So here's what we're getting at right now. And it's 10.6 whatever teraflops, and we're going to pretend like we know what that means. And that's the thing. Yeah, I thought that the sales pitch to this thing was not the best. But when I talk about like a person that, again, I think at the end of the day, Google has the work to do. They need to lay the groundwork, and I think that they know that the first 5 years at least, they're going to be losing a lot of money on this.
Yeah.
So, and they know that. Again, they're almost $1 trillion company. I think they know this investment is going to take time to pay off.
Yeah.
But with that said, when I think of a company that is in the best position right now, it's Microsoft, because they're already heading in this direction, while at the same time they have this hardware to back it up. They have the wind at their back. They're doing all the right things. Dude, Cuphead's heading to the Switch. That means Ori's coming soon.
Listen, you don't have to tell me nothing. Like, most of the people that are here right now are here because they watched my Freakout video.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like Microsoft's doing all the right things.
yeah.
Don't count out Sony, because they're silent. I honestly think their first party is so strong right now. It's ridiculous. And when it comes to their...
I think Microsoft is going a totally different direction. I think Microsoft is going service-based, and I think that the box will just kind of be there to be like, hey, if you if you want something powerful to play it on, go buy this. But otherwise, you can play it on this console or this console or this console. No big deal. I think that basically what I was saying, where I think Nintendo's kind of in a good spot, is because Nintendo has been playing the lesser power game for a while now, and they're being very successful with the lesser power game right now.
Well, they're doing their approach has been, it is a different market.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, I think everybody's going to live in their own market.
Yeah.
And I don't think like this Google, I think they're trying to just sap some of the people from Xbox and PlayStation, but they really want their own marketplace.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're seeing now with the generation is they're not trying to compete with each other anymore. They're just trying to go in their own route to find the most money for themselves. But when I think about like Sony's position, the first party super strong. They're fixing their infrastructure at the very moment. And then when we talk about streaming, everybody talks about PlayStation Now, but nobody talks about PlayStation Vue, and how currently it's one of the best TV packages, like most highly rated. So like I think streaming wise,
nobody watches TV no more, Joe.
Yes, TV's fucking stupid, guys. It's not. But like streaming wise, they're getting there.
Yeah.
I can't say they're good, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
And then when I look at Nintendo, I'm like, okay, so what are you doing, buddy? I mean, like right now, you're doing great.
Well, the thing is because here's the thing. I don't, and like I was saying to Sean last night, is I don't feel like this, what Google is putting out there, I don't feel like now's the time for it. I feel like they're way ahead of the game. I feel like very similar to how Microsoft was so far in advanced with what their announcements were at the E3 when they made the announcements of the Xbox One that totally derailed them. Yeah. I think that look at man, call me an ass, call me what you want to call me.
Yeah.
I don't like when people just jump into my games. Like if I'm playing Fortnite, I don't want someone just jumping in and playing with me. But if you're I want to be asked to hey, can I play? Because I might be trying to accomplish something and do something. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing. I think eventually the lesser bless you.
I coughed. You're fine.
I know. I just want. Hey, okay. Listen, you're old. Any one of these could be your last ones. You know. Yeah. I just want to make sure you're okay. Anyway, so you know what? I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. That's very rude. But my thing is,
what's that? You lagged a little bit.
You lagged. It's you, not me. So
oh yeah, it's definitely.
So the thing is that my feeling is Nintendo is kind of where it needs to be, like in terms of nothing is there yet, and with the relationship with Microsoft, I feel like that's where Nintendo needs to be.
If they ever
working together,
if they ever need to. It's kind of like Microsoft has thrown them a future life preserver just in case. Because they know their online infrastructure cannot hold up to any of them.
But they've also...
So just in case.
I think it's a win-win. Here's Microsoft going like, we're going to move games over here that are going to sell and going to solidify your console. And then, by the way, we're going to now move and help you. I hope... that's what the future is. I hope that's the two are
that's what I'm
together.
hoping it is too, because Microsoft and Nintendo do not view themselves as competitors.
No, not right now. Anyway.
And even like Sony has said it before that they don't see that way, but they're not acting on it. So like what we're seeing Microsoft and Nintendo do is kind of just like shake hands and then just let their ecosystems intermingle a little bit, because Microsoft knows that like. People own multiple consoles, right? Some people who are lucky enough, and those people may be thinking about buying a PlayStation over. What were they laughing at?
Ryan was such a jackass.
You're right. He's the worst.
He's like, yeah, it's true. I jumped with him once and he banned me, and I haven't played with him since. Right. What are you talking about, dude?
You know what? There's lies and foolery.
Ryan will just make stuff up, man.
He's you know what? The worst. But like. Getting back to it, it's just they have a really good relationship right now, and they see that it's benefiting them on all calibers, on all lanes, that they're like, okay, it's great PR.
Yeah.
People seem to really like this, and sales numbers wise for both of them have to be really happy. It's just good publicity. So I think Nintendo, if they need that life preserver, they have one. I also think there's going to be some type of Twitch and or Mixer integration with these consoles going into the future, since Stadia has YouTube. I feel like PlayStation's very much going to partner up with Twitch.
I think that's some type of social I think that's what you're going to see. I think you're going to see the other companies start to shift and go, we need to go this way because we don't need to make it easy for them to make more money off of us.
And honest to God, I think this maneuver by Google was a little bit premature, because you kind of just revealed all your cards for everybody to see. So, you're giving PlayStation almost enough time to go, oh shit, okay, should we stay the course? Let's see how this happens.
Yeah. So with that, let's move a little bit now. Yeah. So the one thing that I thought was pretty fantastic was Stadia takes over the internet for a day. And then Nintendo comes out and does the Nindies. And this is what Nintendo is notorious for. They they come out, these guys do something, they drop an announcement, and the internet just implodes. And they pulled it off again. They pulled it off with the Nindies showcase, showing off Cuphead coming to Switch. Unbelievable.
I'm so tempted to rebuy it. I'm so tempted to rebuy this game.
I already bought it. I'm going to actually buy a physical copy too when it comes out.
Now, is it coming physically?
From my understanding, it's already available for pre-order. That's my understanding. You know what? Let me double check it. I could have sworn it's available on Best Buy.
If it's physical, that's mine.
I'll double
check
it so real quick.
Because I love the first game, though I got like halfway through it because Bobby, you're gonna get your ass kicked. But like, it's so good. It's so damn good. MDHR. Oh my god. And yeah, like that indie showcase slapped. It
Yeah,
was really freaking good.
it was. It was.
You know, where's the list of games I'm getting? I'm gonna check my phone too because we're gonna be a couple of millennials.
I'm not even seeing it pop up. I could be wrong. I could have sworn I saw a pre-order. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not physically available.
Okay, did I get rid of my list? Dang. But like there was a couple of really good games. Like you had Cuphead, you had My Friend Pedro, and then you had this awesome one with Emily Birch with the sled, the dog sled one.
Oh my god, yeah, man.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of games I was just like, what is, dude, yeah. Like, there was a lot of games that actually shocked me. And it was like, you know what the one that shocked me that they didn't even talk about? I really expected SteamWorld Quest to be there. So that didn't even make it, and this thing was above and beyond what I had been hoping for. Like, this thing was fantastic. It really was. And then the cadence of Hyrule, dude, my God, dude. Yeah.
That blew my mind because remember there was a rumor that they're making another Legend of Zelda game this year. I'm like, why would they do that?
Yeah, and there Nintendo it is.
Gave their IP out to an indie studio. The first thing Rad looks rad, dude. Rad looks rad. Yeah. But like they let an indie studio take one of their most prized IPs and do something with it. Yeah. And I just like the thing I'm thinking of is like what was that conversation? Who approached?
Here's the conversation. This is what happened. They go to Nintendo and they say, "Hey, we got this game. Looks kind of like a top-down Zelda game. We would like to use Link in and Hyrule assets and stuff in a DLC pack." Nintendo goes, "No, make a whole game," and that's what they did.
I think it went a little bit something like this. Okay. Miyamoto's at the vault with his rifle. He's guarding it with his life. Okay? Shuhei Yoshida is working for this indie company just for the thrill of it. He sneaks in, but he's like crawling, right? Like he's not crawling. He's doing the worm. And he's inched his way into the room because he is a master of manipulation, trickery, and he's just outright he may be an assassin. And then he just taps Miyamoto on his shoulder. Miyamoto turns, nothing's there. And then he turns back around, bam, Shuhei Yoshida's right in front of him. He's like, "Does it smell like chloroform?" Boom, done. Opens the vault, takes Link. He's like, "I don't want this for myself." Because you know what? Shuhei Yoshida, he is the Robin Hood of the video game industry. He takes these IPs, he gives them out to indies. So he goes up to these guys, he's like, "Here." And they're just like, "What do we do with this?" He's like, "Yeah, don't speak my name. Just here it is." And they take it, and bam, they make the game.
Are you done?
And Nintendo's none the wiser.
Are you done?
Yes, thank you.
So they do steal.
Yeah.
They do steal, but they don't really give to the poor. They create poor versions of their theft, and then they put it out.
What a good segue, Bobby. Let's use it.
So here we go.
Yes.
The PlayStation Direct. First off, the name.
State of Play.
It's stupid.
Well, okay. So, what name would you rather have had? Because I actually don't mind it.
I don't like the name.
I'm like they can't be like PlayStation Direct.
Yeah, well, obviously you can't do
inside PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean Xbox basically swiped as well prior.
Yeah. I mean everybody.
I don't know what. I know that. I know that. Listen, I don't mind this.
Yeah.
This is what I want. Okay. What I want is these companies and the media that bashed Nintendo for taking this route to now go, damn, Nintendo innovated yet again.
Yeah.
Because it's what they've been doing for years.
I always thought it was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Because, and again, like the State of Play, you may hate the name.
I don't like the name. I don't like the name. Yeah. Because I like the idea, I like the concept, but I don't like the name.
To me, this is how it needs to be. You know, like this is, again, E3 is great, but it is old. You know, like it is an old product of a more civilized era. But at the same exact time, like when you're a company and you've built this culture, you have these fans around you, you can use that hype to make any day a day where if everybody's all eyes are on you, on your product, what you have to say, rather than on E3 where everybody's going to have their top 5 videos of who won, who lost.
But that's not what they're doing.
This
isn't a replacement for E3. This is what they're going to do from now on, right?
Yeah.
They're just going to pop it out every couple of months like Nintendo does.
Exactly. And that's the thing that I really love is that for the next few days, all we're talking about is state of play, just like how everybody was talking about the Nindies, right? And you're owning the media coverage for just a few days or like for half a week. And that's great. So like when I look at the state of play, I see nothing but really positive things. And I thank Nintendo for taking this route because it's the smartest way to go about it. You know, like look at when Apple talks to you about their phone on September 7th, everybody listens. Yeah. They know that's the new launch day.
Yeah.
Apple's hyping up their news next week. Have people. They don't do it at CES. They're doing it right here, right now, in front of you, and they're owning that. Everybody's talking about you.
The one thing I'll say is, the one thing that I think that Sony is making a mistake is they should not leave E3. Like, if you don't want to do the stage presence, that's fine. Put together a direct. Put that out. Because here's the thing. You could have not done the state of play now. You could have waited. You could have put a booth up at the show to let people demo your games. And then whatever you show now could have been your state of play during E3. I think it's a mistake leaving E3. And the reason why I say that is Xbox is gearing up to eat their lunch. Like, they are like the chum is in the water. And they are... The sharks are swirling, and they are ready to pounce. And I think Nintendo will probably come out stronger as well because everybody feels like this is an opportunity to one-up Sony now. And I feel like this. This is what I feel like. I feel like all of a sudden Sony is resting on their laurels. They're kind of... Now, I know that's probably not what's happening. Behind the scenes, they're probably building...
It's just what it looks like.
But what it looks like is they're kind of just on cruise control. We have the lead. We don't want to lose the lead. We're playing preventive... we're playing prevent rather than, offense and going after people. Because, to me, how you stay on the top is you keep hammering them down. You keep...
That's what she said.
You keep grinding their face in the ground.
You're really selling me on this. That's what she said. Two in a row. But I know what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at. The way I see it, if I ran Sony, right now, if I was you,
oh jeez, would you stop?
You're looking at it like I understand that and I agree. I think they should be on at least the floor of E3.
That's what I think.
But I also do think they're gonna have an event near or around E3, like that's another state of play. Maybe even just after E3 when the dust is settled, they're just like, here you go. Here's, Ghost of Tsushima's launch. But to me, I see Sony going, okay, Google just did their thing. We're going to look at it. We're going to analyze it, right? We're going to see what Xbox does. We're going to look at it. We're going to analyze it. Everybody's telling us to fix that, fix this. So we're going to slowly do that behind the scenes. And then we're going to be the last to announce something, right? And that's where I think you're going to see PSX come back. It's for the fans. And then you're going to see, hopefully, if the world's a perfect place, you're going to see Sony come out with a sea of fans on stage. And anything they say is going to get a rile up. But they're going to do crossplay. I think it's just a matter of time. They're going to announce the console. They're going to show you some images or some things. They're going to show you Bloodborne 2 because it's about damn time. They're going to see what everybody's doing right and what they're doing wrong and just analyze it. See what works for them.
Yeah.
What are these flashing lights? They're going to give me a seizure, Bobby.
Ted, thank you very much, man. Ted just hit me up with 1,400 bits over on Twitch.
Oh, and that's what happens? The lights light up like that?
The lights start to flicker, yeah.
Jesus, Bobby.
Now he just hit me with another 100, and he's coming with 1,500. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, man. Ted is the man. I love you, Ted. Thank you so much.
This is like a rave right now.
It's awesome, right? It's the best.
Honest to God,
it's the best.
I like this.
It's amazing.
You should have some techno Mortal Kombat music in the back.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
But yeah, like that's what I think is this like they want to be the last ones at bat because then they'll see what it's kind of like. It's kind of like the like, hey man, can I see your homework? Yeah, just don't make it look like.
Well,
make
yeah,
it look like
but I
Alice
think
type
I
thing.
think that they're in a, I agree that's probably part of what's going on, but I think that like they also are playing very lackadaisic, where I don't think PS5 gets announced this year. I don't think it gets announced till 2020. And
I think they're gonna do the same thing they did with the
so you think in
PS4,
the fall?
where they're gonna tell you PlayStation 5 is coming. They'll maybe show you the controller.
Yeah,
They'll show you some tech demos
yeah,
of some launch games, or they do something even crazier, where they just be like, here's what the plan of PlayStation 5 is. Tease a lot of like tech demos and stuff,
hmm
and then yeah, like somewhere in the spring, you have this event where all eyes on you,
yeah.
and then you're like, here it is, here's the date. Also, you guys wanted backwards compatibility. Shu and the Wizards at PlayStation put backwards
All right,
compatibility
listen.
in this.
This isn't a prediction show, okay?
I'm sorry,
Calm
but like
down.
that's what's gonna happen.
But
You're just
but
you're
what
like,
I'm saying what I'm saying is,
yeah.
I feel like the reason why they pulled out of E3 is
Mhm.
they don't have a lot to discuss.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of like Nintendo was with the Wii U, just kind of biding their time until and then the deluge happens. So we'll see what it is. So lackadaisic is a word.
Did Luke Lord just
Ribo.
call me a coward? How am I a coward, Luke?
They're just
Okay.
they're going crazy over there,
Yeah,
these two.
this
I got
nonsense.
Ribo and Luke, and like the madness, man. What the hell's going on? So here, okay. So now we get the other big announcement this week by
Yes.
Nintendo
Oh God, we have so many.
with Labo. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting a better understanding of what they're doing now.
Mhm.
These are more like tech demos. They're not full fledged games. They are for kids, straight up. Some
They're
of them,
physics.
some of them
It's a
look
physics engine. Yeah.
decent. The one that I really like, I'm not gonna lie, is the elephant one that you draw.
Oh, really?
That would look so cool to me.
If I could be honest with you, I looked at this whole thing and I loved it.
Yeah.
Like Bobby, if I'm lying, I'm dying, right? Like I loved the whole thing.
Hmm.
But it's just like, why the hell is it just give me give me the VR. Don't knock it off with the cardboard. Give me something plastic. Give me a headset to put
Because
it
I
in.
think from what I understand, right, from what I'm gathering of this, is like you were saying when we were discussing, it's not. Well, like I was saying to some degree, it's not true VR in terms of the specs aren't there. So they want the kids to be If you notice, some of those games are actually putting it up. They're holding up. Nothing attaches to the head. It's all
Nothing.
holding it there. So it's quick. Hold it up. Take it down.
And you didn't
all that stuff.
drop it.
Yeah. So
That makes sense.
so the idea
just-
is that they want you to just limited play. It's just very limited, so that way, and that's the other reason why little kids it's okay because it's not extended periods of time with it. I think this is my gut speaking now.
Okay.
I feel like this is a test. If this works for Nintendo, I think they really truly look at the Switch and go, okay, we ramp up,
Yeah.
we ramp up and we actually do a 1080 screen and we do a proper VR. Like I think this is just let's see what happens. Let's see what there's a lot more to it than I thought there was. I'll be honest with you. The whole building levels and building games and all that stuff, like it's crazy.
Coming after now actually seeing the commercial, do I think this thing's gonna be a success? I think it's exactly what you just said. This is a test for a multitude of things. I think, like if this is a success, big success, they roll out with some type of VR attachment. And then it's also a test to see if Labo's got what it's got. If this thing does have the wind at its back now to keep supporting it. But I still don't think it's gonna sell 1 million units. but I'm
I think it does 1 million. I think it can do, especially now, like
Mhm.
when they put this video out, the people that actually have come out and talked about it now,
yeah.
that were definitely on the fence and not really interested in it, it feels like they got a little bit of tidal wave coming their way now. So
Okay.
I that's my opinion, and I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but I feel like
Well, I mean, like
there were some
to,
people
to
that were
me,
on the fence that are kind of now
yeah,
looking at it and going like, hey, maybe this might be a
yeah.
thing.
Because I just looked at the YouTube video, right? The YouTube video alone has about 500,000, so I
Mhm.
think this is gonna do good.
Yeah,
I do think it's gonna do way better than the previous kits.
yeah,
I just don't know if it's gonna do better than Unit One. I
yeah.
think this is very much a wait and see approach for maybe a lot of parents or a lot of people that are on the fence.
Do you think that Unit One sold 1 million?
Yeah, it sold 1 million on its own.
Did it,
Yeah,
or did it, or was it a combination of all 3 units?
I looked at the numbers. I was gonna make a Labo video,
Hmm.
and Unit One sold over 1 million
I thought that was
worldwide.
1 and 2. I thought that was 1 and 2 combined, but maybe I'm
That's
wrong.
what I thought too.
Okay,
But
but
maybe the
that's
number.
not it. Okay, I don't
But
know.
yeah, so
But I'll be honest with
maybe.
you. I'll be honest with you. Like I am buying this.
Oh, sure.
Well,
I just
and
want to
there's
know
two
what the
reasons,
kids do.
and there's 2 reasons why I'm going to buy this.
Mhm.
One, I think personally, just because I collect Nintendo stuff, it'd be kind of cool to have the VR headset.
Yeah, like in the back.
Yeah,
and
in the
stuff,
background on the shelf or something. So that's number
like how
one.
the camera there.
I actually want to. I want to go buy it. I think within the next year, I am going to. What the hell?
What are they saying in this chat? What are they saying?
Say something about Persona.
You'll never see it coming. You know?
so
So
no. I think that but I'm gonna try to get a Virtual Boy within the
Okay.
next 6 months. I want to
Okay.
buy a Virtual Boy. So to me, it'd be kind of cool to have the Labo headset with the Virtual Boy on the back shelves. Like that's that's the main. But I will check it out. Like I said, that elephant thing. I draw, so for me, the idea of like getting in there and actually drawing and stuff and
Yeah.
seeing what it can do really.
Bobby,
piqued
that's
my
why I'm
interest.
telling you something. You need to, if you like to draw and stuff, you need to give Dreams a try.
No.
Dreams is only $30, and seeing
Is
some
it
of
out
the
now?
soon in the next few months.
Yeah, okay. They've
Someone
been saying that for
actually
like 6
sculpted-
years.
Hey, listen, it's coming, Bobby.
That was
It's coming.
supposed to be year 2.
Someone
or
actually
something
sculpted.
Like
I'll show you this. They actually sculpted a Darth Vader, and it looks
Uh,
so dope. Like seeing the creations out of this is nuts.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I was a fan of. Oh my god, what the hell was the game? My mind was playing Sackboy.
Yeah, Little Big Planet.
Yeah, Little Big Planet. I was a fan of Little Big Planet 1.
Yeah.
I loved the level making thing, and like me and a couple of my friends really dove deep into building levels, especially when like they had like Metal Gear Solid and all that. Like, dude, there was some really cool Metal Gear levels built and all
That's
that.
literally what Dreams is.
Yeah, Dreams was basically a game.
It's a game engine
Yeah,
that they're selling to you for $30.
they need to not.
And it
They
looks
need to just
dope.
put a pin in it and go for PlayStation 5 because this is not a PlayStation 4 game now.
Well, here's the thing. No, dude, again, it's coming a public beta, public whatever thing is this spring.
What you say?
And I honestly, God, think that all PS4 games are backwards compatible. So
Well,
I don't
we'll
think this
see.
game.
I mean, ultimately, we'll see. But
Because there's blueprints.
But
There's
just-
blueprints, and you gotta believe.
yeah,
man.
okay, there was blueprints about a PlayStation Classic too, and we see how that worked out.
Exactly, perfectly, all
Yeah.
according to
Yeah,
plan.
go to Best
dude.
Buy, pick them up for cheap.
I'll buy
Stacks, stacks of them. It's like
See, Bobby, I can't sell these lies like you. This is, the classic's horrible. That's all.
the
It's all
Classic is
good.
bad, man.
It's bad. It's real bad.
You know
So-
what? The and it's the truth. This is the truth. If they did an N64 Classic, it'd be just as bad.
Yeah.
That era was not made for.
to be remembered.
No. Polygons are horrible, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pixel art is timeless. Pixel
Yeah.
art just gets better as time goes on. Polygons, trash. Because the
Yeah.
textures, dude, come
There
on.
were none.
They got an arm, the arm pops off the body.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. No. Like,
It's a nightmare simulator. Is
like
what the
I will
was.
be honest with you. I would buy an N64 Classic. But
If it had go-
but it would just sit on the shelf. It would do nothing other than sit
yeah,
on the
absolutely,
shelf.
same here.
Bobby Miller, if you would have tuned into the beginning of the show, if you were a true fan, true friend, like I thought you were, you'd have been here from the beginning, and you would have known that, you know. That you
Also, I can't wait to see you on Saturday.
I can't, Bobby, I can't go, just so you know. I cannot come up, you know.
He's a coward, and he's afraid of travel. See, here's the thing, Bobby Miller. Bobby over here, he's used to horse and buggy. He doesn't know all these technical, mumbo jumbos. Like a car, he still calls it a moped. Like, really, like, oh, what's that horse and carriage? I'm like, Bobby, that's a Prius. He's like, oh, gross.
I will be there next year, Bobby. I promise.
There you go.
I'm actually going to request off of work now for next year. Tell me what the dates are. I'll request off of work now, so I can get up there. It wasn't a matter of driving. It was a matter of just work. They fired the girl that I work with.
Ooh, dang.
And we got to do coverage on Saturdays. I have to work every.
What did she do? Was she stealing?
No.
Just incompetent? You can't say it. Don't worry. I'll just say it.
I can't say.
I'll just say it. She fired herself.
Here's Rybo, man. Rybo. Wow, Bobby bails on us all these days. Rybo, hurtful, man.
Talk about it.
Hurtful.
Dude, I'm really excited to go to PAX. I'm driving up right after my class to Boston, and then get some chowder. All the Boston lingo. Go to the Sox game.
You ought to get Pat to go with you guys.
Yeah.
You ought to give my tickets
Pat
to Pat.
will never show up though.
He's right there. He's right there.
I know, but he won't show up. He'll be like, oh, I'm sick. Oh, I have the flu.
It was funny.
Yeah.
This was funny. We go live on Playing Nintendo podcast. This was all their ideas, right? Week 1, Joe's in California. Week 2, Pat's got the flu. Week 3, Joe's got to work. Or no, Joe's got to go to dinner with Vanessa, and he can't be there. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, guys, why am I the one that keeps showing up every week, and one of you two jabronis aren't here every week? Like, what is going on?
They don't even announce your name first.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. I got to fight for first billing.
Yeah.
Like, that show don't happen. Like, people don't realize that show doesn't happen without me.
It's true.
Here's Pat comes to me. They don't even know each other. Pat comes to me. Hey, man, I got this idea for a show. He's pitching it to me because he wants me to come do it. And I'm talking to him. I go, you know what? This is a 3-man show. Hold on for a minute. And I bring Joe in. Joe, this is Pat. Pat, this is Joe. We're doing a podcast
now everybody's
together.
having the time of their life.
And now they're just,
forget about you.
And I can't even get top billing, man. And might I say that last week's Planet Nintendo was the best ever. The best ever episode we ever had.
That's true. When I was on it, it was great.
Last week's.
Some would say
no,
what it peaked.
Last week's, not the week before.
Yeah, with the week before. So
I said last week's. Last week's was the best ever.
Yeah, I know. Again, when Babbitt's on, everybody listens, and I appreciate that.
I don't know about all that. Let's not get crazy.
No, I don't. I agree too. Look at how my Sekiro video's doing. It's not good.
Your what video?
I did a Sekiro Shadows Die Twice unboxing. It's not doing that great, guys. Go to Bad Games. Go give that a click. It needs it desperately.
Yeah, that Nintendo VR episode was
ooh, we were just yelling at each
other. That was.
And everybody's like, "Oh, are you and Bobby okay?" I forget who asked. I'm like, "That's South Jersey people."
Dude, that's just how we talk to each other.
You're just real nasty, dude. That's all God.
What do you mean? Wow, really, dude? Like you had no parts of that?
Again, Luke Lore asked a very important question. This is why he was calling me a coward. If Nintendo is really serious about next generation, I'm going to call them how I see it. We need a Peach game. She needs an umbrella type weapon system, shotguns, lancers.
You social justice warriors, and you're wanting to change everything. Need to stop.
Well, listen. I just want to see her impale a toad because
Play Bayonetta.
I want to see a public execution.
Play Bayonetta 1.
In the Mushroom Kingdom.
Play Bayonetta 1. You could dress up like Peach.
She's like, are you Toad are wanted for treason, for helping the Bowser invade? And then he's like, I did it for the love of my country, Queen. And I'll never submit to your radical, whatever. And then she's just like, off of his head, bam, done. I want to
Bayonetta is that first game.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's
What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking
So
about?
I was reading. It's funny because I was reading reviews on Bayonetta 2 because I didn't know anything about Bayonetta. Right?
Yeah.
Bayonetta 2 is coming to the Wii U, and I read reviews, and of course I'm reading a Polygon review, and they're destroying the thing and saying it's very sexualized. And I'm playing the game. I'm going, this game is so tame. What are you talking about? Like, I don't feel like it's very sexualized. Then I go play the first one, and I'm like, wow, okay. But I learned two things.
Yeah.
One, 2 wasn't sexualized, and 2, whoever reviewed Bayonetta 2 didn't review it. They just went off of Bayonetta 1 because Bayonetta 2 was not bad at all.
Well, you know what? So, I was taught, I have a new podcast coming out called People Play Games. Whenever iTunes wants to, let it out there. And we're talking about, female representation and over-sexualization. And it's really, from what I got out of it, it's kind of like, I hate to say the word picking and choosing, but, some characters, it's kind of like it skirts a line of where it's where your barometer is for saying, okay, enough is enough. Every time, I see, let's just say, a typical dude on the hey, what's up, man? I'm like, oh boy. But if I see it a Mexican character who has that vernacular but is actually an awesome character, you kind of let go of the gripes a bit. So for Bayonetta, a lot of people like how her sexuality is the thing that's kind of powering her in a sense. So again, I don't want to speak for women here, but I can understand where the complaints are. But do I drag a game down because of that? I don't know because I'm not a reviewer. But for me, I know some female gamers I talk to love Bayonetta and think that she is empowering.
There's a lot of women I know that love Bayonetta, and Toby's wife loves Bayonetta, loves her, dude. Made Toby actually go rebuy it on the Switch.
Really?
Loved it on the Wii U. Made Toby go rebuy it on the Switch because she's like, I want to replay it. So the thing is I feel like 9 times out of 10, the people that have problems with the stuff aren't the people. It's the people that aren't the people.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is the people that got upset about Mexican Mario were not Mexican people. You know what I mean?
I was Hispanic. That was cute. I don't even know.
I thought it was fun. I mean, look at he's an Italian. He's a plumber. He's Italian, and they've been making fun of his accent. I don't care. I'm Italian. I can care less.
There was a kid in my first history class. He was white as rain, red hair, and he wore a poncho every day to class. We called him Pancho Villa. Not to his face, because that would be mean, but behind him, yeah, for sure.
No. See, that's
ridiculous.
See, that's where I have a problem.
Yeah, why?
I don't feel like it's a problem if you're gonna say something about somebody, say it to their face, not behind their back. I think it's a bigger issue to say it behind their back than it is to their face.
Also, I was a different person when I was 18, but still, it was weird. I would have said it to his face, "What's up with the poncho? Let's talk about it." Did you like the man with no name? What's the deal? What's the story behind this poncho?
Boy.
That's what I would want to know.
Mr. Glass didn't do anything in the theaters, did it? It kind of bombed, didn't it?
I did not watch Split. I hope I think Glass did all right.
I want to see Split. That's why I didn't go see Glass yet. But I loved the first movie. Thought the first movie was phenomenal.
I like how we got onto this point. Okay.
Well, it just hit me. I gotta go see Shazam tomorrow too. Did you see that?
Dude, Shazam's getting good reviews, dude.
Of course it is. Of course it
Bobby,
is.
can you please watch Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
Please, it's so good.
It's not.
It talks about, it's about getting back up on your feet.
It's Spider-Man, dude. Spider-Man's not that good.
Spider-Man's about... No, you'll see.
They put all these stupid people in Spider-Man suits.
Man.
Miles Morales, and they got Gwen Stacy in the Spider-Man suit, too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Spider-Gwen.
It's garbage.
Spider-Ham.
It's garbage.
God, man, you have such bad opinions.
I don't have bad opinions. I have wonderful opinions that...
It just makes me sick sometimes.
I just speak the facts, and people just can't... People can't respect the truth. They would rather... See, that's the problem with society. This is the problem with you young kids today. You want people to lie to you rather than tell you the truth.
Yeah, like Batman v Superman is a bad movie. Snyder Cut doesn't exist. Get over it. And let's be honest, the DC universe is better without him. These are hard truths that I feel like
disagree with
a lot of
everything
people
you
need
just
to.
said, but that's fine. Although
Yeah.
I don't think the director's cut's out there.
No, I don't think so either. Like,
No.
come on, guys, get over it.
Yeah.
Let's jump over that one. Let's go support Shazam. Wonder Woman was great.
I'm a little upset. I
Aquaman
will be
was a
honest with
movie.
you. I am upset that Henry Cavill is gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I loved him as Superman.
You know what? As much like, because I think Aquaman was a fine movie. It's a great. But it's actually like the direction DC needs to go.
Oh, I think Aquaman
It's like-
was amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it was a spectacle. Like I had fun, and also let's be honest, right? Like I was in the movie and I was feeling what all the ladies were feeling there. Jason Momoa,
Dude, he
Jesus
made me wet.
Christ.
Straight up.
Yeah, I was just like,
I was like,
honestly, I need to reevaluate.
I know why they
this.
call him Aquaman now because
Yeah, I was just like,
woo!
dude, it's real
I had
talk.
the sweats,
I
bro.
turned to my friend Amy in the theater. I'm like, add another one to the list. 'Cause this
Dude,
guy's a goddamn
Yeah,
specimen.
he
you know?
was. But even like Nicole Kidman in that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, she was beast mode. In that beginning, dude,
Amber Heard was dope.
did you see the protest? These idiots got a petition. They're trying to get her out of Aquaman 2.
Oh, because of the whole Johnny Depp thing.
Oh, I'm
Dude, I'm so
over
out of
whole
the loop. I'm so
I'm
tired
so
of being angry
over
and
the
like
whole thing.
demonizing people.
I
I don't
know.
know what's going
could
on.
care
I like
less
to
anymore. I'm tired of
I like to
people.
live in ignorance a little bit, you know?
Everybody grabbing the pitchforks and trying to
Yeah.
fight with each other. It's like, oh, just give me a break.
Get her out. And in the actuality, here's the thing. That headline hyped it up, and in actuality, it's like 5 people, upset. You know what I mean? Like it's just such a small, and the rest of us don't care. You know?
I agree. So
Yeah.
that is all. Thank you guys for checking out another episode of Nintendo Talk live.
Yeah.
I would say daily. Oh man, what the hell? I'm all messed up. Pat. Jesus, I am really
You
messed
having
up.
a stroke,
I'm
Bobby?
I think I am. I think I'm stroking out now. Joe, let
Yes.
the people know where they can find you at, sir.
All right, here you go.
Thank you
guys.
for coming on. That's
Yeah, that too. You know what, Bobby? I had fun. The beginning was rough, but once we got into it, man, we nail it every
the
single
beginning
time.
wasn't rough. It was good. It's just a
I
conversation.
feel like I could be better. I always feel like I could be better.
Well, the minute you show up, it could be better.
Yeah, that's true. That's honest to God. Anyway, if you want to see more mediocrity, I guess. Now, if you like what you see here, if you like me, go over to Bad Bit Games on YouTube. Give my Sekiro Shadows Die Twice unboxing a like, a share, a view. It would help me out because I worked really hard on that video. You could go over to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players that premieres each and every Thursday on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Podbean, Spotify, wherever there's an RSS feed, you can find the Trophy Room there. We're going to announce another giveaway when I stream the State of Play on twitch.tv/badbit. That's all my stuff. Look, I have a business card.
Good Lord. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Anytime we talk about your business cards, Nick said, every time I go to Nick's store, I have to replace my cards. He said, your cards haven't moved.
I get it.
So that is
I
all.
thought they took the cards, threw them out in the trash, and I get it too.
Peace
I
out.
do the same thing.
Peace out, Preston.